Clockwork. Clockwork. It's time to wake up, shithead. Well, it's about fucking time. I've been trying to wake you up all month.
All month? What day is it?
It's July.
Seriously? Shit. I had a little too much to drink.
Well, now it's wake up time, because it's time to piss people off.
And how exactly are we going to do that?
Anime.
Oh, sweet merciful Neptune. Anime. One of my personal favorite forms of animation, and the favorite of my asshole writer. Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, Gundam Wing, there's so many good anime out there, I could go on and on. But I'm not here to do that. I'm here to irritate people. Mostly because my writer wants me to, but I do get a small amount of satisfaction from it. There are a lot of popular anime out there that, frankly, I just don't like. Some of them I don't get, some of them I just think are stupid. But for one reason or another, these shows just can't hold my attention. Alright, well, let's dive back into the vast ocean that is anime, with top 5 popular animes that I don't like. Okay, before I start seeing torches and pitchforks outside my window, I want to make one thing clear. I don't hate this show. In fact, it was one of my favorite shows growing up and one of the first anime I knew by name. But even hardcore fans have to admit, it gets repetitive. In the beginning, it was cool watching Goku slowly gaining new powers and pushing himself harder and harder. I mean, I crapped my pants when Goku first went Super Saiyan. We got cool villains like the Ginyu Force, Frieza, and Cell. But then something happened that completely killed my interest in the show. And you know what? I can pinpoint the exact moment. Yeah, I fucking hate this walking piece of ABC gum. He's got no real personality compared to his predecessors, his voice is fucking annoying, and his death is essentially the exact same thing that happened to Cell. But Clockwork, Boo is so cool, you're not even talking about Kid Boo. Yeah, I'm not, because Kid Boo just amplifies everything wrong with Fat Boo. He's even less interesting as a character. He can be boiled down to punch, laugh, get blown up, reform, rinse, and repeat. And before you even bring it up, no, I don't watch Dragon Ball Super. I have no intention of watching Dragon Ball Super. I am done with the franchise. Even though I don't like this show, I can't be mad at it. I see what they're going for and I see it working, but my feelings toward this show can be summed up with one word. Boring. I mean, for a show about killer samurai and a lead with the title of Manslayer, there's not a whole lot of manslaying going on in this show. I know that it's meant to be more of a poetic and honorable view of being a samurai, but still, it's a show about killer samurai. You can have a little more action than this. I force myself to sit through every episode of the show, and when it comes to the action, the most interesting fight is at the end of the intro. I mean, look at this. It's dark and cloudy, a lone samurai surrounded by 3 ninjas ready to fuck his shit up. He dodges and parries. This is fucking cool. But most of the fighting that's in the show is dialogue heavy. Take, for instance, the fight between Kenshin and Hanya. Hanya punches him twice, Kenshin hits him once, and then they do the final hit cliche, and it's over. Even Hanya's spell was nothing more than wearing striped sleeves to create an illusion. See, this isn't really that interesting. And I wouldn't be so mad at it if that one fight didn't take up 5 minutes of a full 20-minute episode. But honestly, the final nail in the coffin is that god-awful intro song. And not only does it suck, but it has to fucking trick us. It starts off with cool guitar riffs, it's how it's going to be a dark and edgy show about killer samurai, and then it changes to some bouncy, bubbly bullshit that wouldn't be out of place in an episode of Fruits Basket. Look, I know the whole thing is supposed to be a samurai's place in the Meiji era, but still, it's about samurai. You can have a little more action than this. don't have a whole lot to say about this show. Personally, I'm baffled at why I don't like it. It's well animated, the story is interesting, it's gruesome and dark, and you gotta love Potato Girl. But if I had to nitpick, and let's face it, that's all I do on this show, it can be slow at times. But other than that, I have no idea why I don't like this show. Hey asshole, why don't I like Attack on Titan?
The fuck if I know.
See? SAO had such promise when it started. From the get-go, there was this overwhelming sense of doom that worked perfectly with the world and the premise. Then about halfway through the first story arc, they piss all over those ideas. By this point, Kirito becomes bachelor number one in his ever-increasing virtual harem, which by the way means absolutely nothing because it's obvious he's already picked one from it. He's placed on this pedestal of being almost godlike within the game because he was a beta tester? That's not how that works!
Hey, get the fuck out of my chair. This is my show.
Hey, I write this crap and I'll do with it what I want, and I will not allow this misrepresentation of the inner workings of MMORPGs to go unabated.
Nobody cares about your World of Warcraft obsession.
But if I want to sum up everything that's wrong with the main character, I only need to point to this scene. What is essentially happening here is this guy, in real time, is figuring out how to change the code in an online game to change an NPC to an item while the game is running, when the game is the first of a brand new line of full brain scanning VR MMOs that require brand new state-of-the-art proprietary gear to even run. Yeah, he might have been a beta tester, but he only had the game for a month along with maybe 1,000 other people. All the data mining in the universe would not make this possible. You would think I would end my rant here, but no, I have more to say. The writing sucks. The first story arc ended anticlimactically. They didn't even get to the fucking end of the game. The second was just pervy and uncomfortable. I mean, seriously, the amount of molestation in this arc makes me question on whether this should have been shown to North American audiences. The third story arc, while semi-interesting at times, introduced incest. Great! And the final one was all over the place. With one exception that I know people are going to bitch about in the comics, so I'll give it credit. The Mother Rosario story arc was actually really good. I can watch this section of episodes over and over again, but the rest of the show is just a fucking chore. Hey, we sure this wasn't the number one?
Oh, trust me, I have something far worse.
Wait, what? No, I'm not talking about it. You can't make me. We're not holding back, are we?
Oh, hell no.
Good. I have never seen a show take so long to go nowhere. I mean, holy fucking shit, the amount of filler in this show makes me want to tear my hair out. Dragon Ball Z filter, laughable. Naruto filler, annoying but passable. InuYasha, 2 words. Mount Hakure. This part went on for so fucking long. I was tired of the Band of 7 before we even got to this place, so having to deal with the increasingly drawn out story of them and having to hear everybody say the same damn thing over again? Oh, it's so pure. It's too pure for me. I can't stay here because I'm not pure enough. How could Naraku stay here unless the monk was helping him? But he couldn't be helping him. Oh, it's so pure. I'll take Bobobo dubbing over this shit. Now, as much as I hate that story arc, it's not even the worst thing about the show. The characters themselves don't really go through any kind of significant growth throughout the series. Maybe Sesshomaru with his connection to Rin, but the characters you see at the beginning are the same ones you see at the end. Kagome is still an annoying teenager. She might have gotten some better accuracy with her bow, but she's nothing beyond that. Moroku is still a perv. Sango still puts up with Moroku's bullshit for some reason. Shippo is still annoying, and I still don't give a shit about any of the other characters. Kirara, don't care. Kagura, don't care. That creepy little white bitch, don't care. Hell, at this point, I didn't even care about Naraku. Not to mention the billion subplots they have going on. The show has too many plots going on at once. We have the main cast, Kikyo's bullshit, Sango's brother, Sesshomaru, they tried to give Kagura some bullshit. I mean, seriously, you're not Lord of the Rings. You don't need so many different things going on at once. And then we have that fucking love triangle. Holy shit, this relationship is the most excruciating part of the entire show. Kikyo barely shows up later in the series, just every so often to remind you that she exists. But every time she shows up, it sets the Kagome and InuYasha relationship back to fucking zero. And at this point, I don't even know why. Kagome should be used to this shit by now, and Kikyo needs to either tell InuYasha that it's not going to happen, or fuck him in front of Kagome and put this thing to rest, because I can't take it anymore. Why did you wake me up for this?
Because we both know this is something that needed to be said. Just because something is popular doesn't make it objectively good.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it means.
No.
Okay, give me one example.
Pineapple pen.
Okay, he has a point.